So Adam, first things first, reflecting on Saturday, what's the biggest takeaway from that game, do you think?
For us to sort of play with a bit more freedom, I think Braintree sort of played a bit sort of carefree, prepared to make mistakes, prepared to run, and that's what we want from our team as well. That's what we've done all season up till now. It looks like there's a bit of pressure and people frightened to make mistakes, not really wanting the ball, and we've got to eradicate all that from our game and go and play with like a bit more freedom, and that's what I want to see. I want to see players express themselves, willing to get on the ball and willing to play how we want to play.
To maybe put a different spin on it, I guess, to get these learning curves out the way now rather than the final 3 games is probably a thing that we can look at.
Yeah, it's the only way to look at it, really. We know if we enter the playoffs in the current form that we're in, we're going to struggle. So, we want to try and address that and see how we can improve and how we can sort of play with a bit more freedom. And I think the only way we're going to do it is if we stick to our style and we play with that intensity and have them sort of demands on ourselves. But it just seems like there was a bit of pressure, whether it is where the team's trying to do so hard and know that they can't make mistakes to try and catch Barnet, but I just want all that to go and just focus on the style and the performance and like I say, play a bit more sort of carefree and not with the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, because obviously you've sort of stated that you think the title race might be done now. Obviously it's not mathematically possible yet, but with that, do you think maybe a bit of weight will come off the shoulders of the team and maybe just help us relax in the final sort of 8 games?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That's been the message really to the players. If we was sort of in 10th position and we had a chance of catching the teams in the playoffs, we would definitely take it. The fact that we're a lot better than that, let's embrace it. It should be a time where players are enjoying it. The pressure comes, it's good pressure because of the expectations gone up because of how well the team's performed all season. So much prefer that pressure than the pressure we had last year. We want the players to sort of embrace it and, like I say, back themselves and back themselves playing how we like to play.
With 8 games to go, you've got a fairly big squad at your disposal. How much rotation are you sort of hoping to use between all the squad between now and the rest of the season?
I think that's going to be crucial. I think the team that sort of enters the playoff picture with the freshest team will be the one that comes out. If we keep flogging the same team week in, week out, then I don't think we're going to give ourselves the best opportunity. So it's about utilising, looking at different tactics as well, and see people in different positions and what might work for us. At the same time, we want to keep on improving on our performance level. But that rotation for players is going to be key.
Aside from Barnet, there's not many teams sort of in the top 10 that are setting the league alight with their form recently. How much do you look at that sort of heading into the rest of the season and prepping forward that we can be that team to hit the final few games on form? Yeah,
we've got to try and focus on being that team. I think if Braintree are a bit closer to the player picture, you'd definitely want to be playing them. They're playing with, like I say, that freedom. They've got nothing to lose and they're embracing it. They're in a great position, and that's what we want to try and find from us. I think we found that last year. Everyone had written us off and said we was going to go down, and then all of a sudden we found that form, and it was that mindset that changed. Players willing to make more runs and take more risks on the ball and prepared to get on the ball, and that's what I want to see from us. And if we can find that and we can enter this period in the best possible level we can, it gives us the best chance.
Coming out of Braintree, is there any injury updates that you can tell us?
Only Crooksy, he's going to struggle Saturday, Tuesday still at this stage, so he's the only one. Other than that, Jeff's struggling with a bit of illness. But other than that, everyone's come through okay, and like I say, it'd be good selection headaches. I think Dippo's back available some minutes now as well, so adds another player. So it'll be like a new signing for us having him back. So we welcome him back to the squad, and it's going to be a really healthy squad to choose from.
Rochdale then, they've obviously got a lot to play for themselves, sort of in that playoff race. How does that work for us knowing they're going to be right up to the contest?
Yeah, watched them last week. Play a good style. They don't change their formation too much, but know how the patterns they want to work within that formation. So, yeah, real avid test for us. Jim gets them well organised and playing some good football, and we've got to make sure that we try and stamp our authority on the game as well. Try and play our football, but at the same time, try to limit what they can do as well.
And what style of play would you sort of expect from a Rochdale side tomorrow night?
Yeah, very possession-based, like ourselves. We'll go forward to their striker if they need to, but more and often try to break the lines and get overloads in central areas. So yeah, it's tough game. It was a tough game here. We've got to be our best.
Thanks for your time, Adam.
Cheers, thank you.